I'm Casey Onus and I'm a young farming champion, and today we're here in the Woolworths Food Dome at the Sydney Royal teaching kids about soil science. So we've got a couple of hands-on activities for the kids, including testing pH, looking at soil texture and biology as well. Here we go.
Soil's really important. Is there soil inside us, do you think? No? Oh, lots of different answers. We eat plants which grow from the ground, okay? And inside our soil, there's lots of different nutrients and good bits and pieces that the plants use to grow and get nice and big. So it's really important that we understand our soils and how they interact with plants and animals around us. So we've got a few different tests here. We've got some chemical testing, we've got some physical testing, and we've got some testing we're going to do under the microscopes as well. Siobhan, myself and Casey are going to talk you through how we're doing those things. Let's go.
With our soils, we have alkaline soils and acid soils. Different plants prefer different soils depending on where they're grown. Today, we are going to be testing soil pH. What I want you to do is grab a little bit of soil and sprinkle it on the plate. Pour a little bit of indicator onto our soil. We're going to mix our soil so it's a little bit muddy. This is barium sulfate, and what's going to happen is we're going to put some powder onto our soil that has the universal indicator, and that's going to give us a colour. Now what do you think that colour is going to tell us? Who wants to have a guess? What type of soil have we got? It's going to tell us how acidic or alkaline our soil is. What colour is this closest to?
I reckon 7.
Is that alkaline, neutral or acidic? Neutral. Well done.
Can I do another one?
Yep, you sure can.
Can you have a feel at all of the different soils? Have a feel, have a smell. Feel the different textures. Is it soft? Is it hard? Is it smooth? Soil is about 20% stone. Do you want to know a fun fact, guys? Do you know what a microbe is? It's a really tiny small animal that generally we can only see with a microscope. If I pick up a handful of soil, have a guess as to how many microbes are in that handful. More, bigger, billions, more, less than trillions. There's about 7 billion microbes in that handful of soil. Exactly, all right? Which is huge, isn't it? Just like that. And this one here is very special. What can we see in here?
Oh, it's a worm! Oh! I'm getting my hands out of here.
That's awesome! And what do you think worms indicate?
Good soil.
Very good, well done. Organic matter breaks down within the soil because of those microbes and makes our soil very, very healthy. Do you think this would grow crops very well?
No.
Why not?
Because it's hard. It's rock, it's not soil.
If I was to add some water to this, do you think it would change much?
Yeah. A little bit.
All right, what I want you to do is look under your tables and you're going to bring those trays up for me. So let's have a look at wet soils and how the properties change. Go on, get your hands in there. How do they hold water? That's the property of the soil, right? Because it can't hold water very well, it becomes really crumbly. But look at that one. Yeah, see, that one holds the moisture really well because the particles are smaller and it allows to bunch together much more easily.
This one's so fun.
This is so fun. It's like clay.
You know how before it was so hard, but look how beautiful it is now, and it's so rich. We grow a lot of our crops in this, including things like wheat and barley and chickpeas, because it's full of that beautiful rich black nutrients, but it really holds that water well too, doesn't it? So when a farmer is testing his soils, he wants to make sure they're in a specific pH range so that his crop will grow really well, right?
Now we've got 2 different soil types. We've got a wet, really composty kind of soil, and we've got a dry soil here with lots of wood material in it. This is called organic material, and organisms, or that little animals in the soil, will break this down and release the nutrients locked up in the plants back into the soil. There's a lot of living stuff in the soils, and all of them contribute to putting nutrients into the soils to keep those soils healthy and to help plants grow. If you have a little poke around with your fingers, you'll see some stuff in there. Do you want to have a dig? Don't be scared to get your hands dirty. Soil is made up of different things, so broken down rocks is one of those. Plant material, so organic material. Worms actually will break down and eat all of those food scraps that you put in there. So what you do with a worm farm is you put all your compost, your food scraps into it.
They'll eat away it.
Exactly, they'll eat it away, they'll break it down, and the nutrients in the food scraps go into the soil and they turn it into soil. You can then put that stuff onto your garden and the plants grow really nicely.
You know a lot about worms.
I like them a lot.
Today's been an excellent professional development opportunity. It's given me a challenge to present really technical information at a really basic consumer level. I've learned that kids are really interested in where their food comes from, and they put a lot of trust in us as farmers to teach them not only where it comes from, but that we look after it. They care that we look after our animals and our crops.